Good afternoon and welcome to lovely Pickett, Wisconsin on this second day of July 2026. It is warm to say the least. It's 82 degrees and very humid. Summer has officially arrived. Actually, it's been in the 90s all week, and this is the coolest day of the week it's been so far. But it's a really nice day now. It had been raining all day and I've been waiting all afternoon to get out here and do some engine runs. So on the stand today I have a really nice Enya engine. This is an Enya 19X that I just recently replaced the bearings in, and I had to replace the gasket that goes between the sleeve, the cylinder, and the main crankcast body because it just came apart. I don't know the status of this engine. As far as I know, it's a used engine. It's not brand new, so it should be broken in. And I've got a Zor 9.6 prop on here, an Enya number 3 plug, and a really full tank of 5% nitro fuel. So let's give this engine a run and see what happens. Now this features an air bleed carb, as most all Enya engines do, and I've got this thing set at about 50% from being fully closed or closing the opening, which is always a good starting point for any air bleed screw. Enya engines, in my experience, have been rather difficult to get tuned for the low speed when the humidity conditions are high, because I had a lot of issues when I lived in Florida and the humidity was always high. They seem to be very impacted by humidity, but we'll just wait and see what happens here. So I'm not going to say anything else about this engine, about how great Enya engines are, because they are. Because I haven't been having the best of luck running engines in the last week and a half or so, so I'm just not going to say anything, and I'll just let the engine speak for itself, and hopefully it speaks nicely, because it is a warm day and we'll see what happens. Okay, first drops of fuel that I've put through this engine. Did it take a prime? Let me do something here. I'm not sure. I don't know if I did anything with this carb, but okay, it might have been plugged. It's hard to see whether it's taken a prime or not here with the sun being as bright as it is. Let's just try and fire it up and see what happens here. Okay, I think I've got it over primed. Okay, so it's an Enya. Is there any more to say about that? I was completely out in left field thinking that the humidity was going to cause an issue with this car, which of course it didn't. It was idling perfect. I had a very long extended period of idle there because my secondary camera right now is my silly iPhone, and its storage is filling up because of that. So I can't be doing that anymore. I've really got to find a different camera or an alternate camera. So anyway, this Enya runs well. Now, was it reaching the peak RPM that I thought it should reach? No, not at all. Is it because it's not fully broken in? Maybe. It's a used engine. I don't know. Jeremy was the one that gave it to me, and it's going to go right back to him. He got it from somebody at the club. I don't know what the history of the engine is. I don't know how used it was, but it looked like it was, had a fairly dark piston when I took it apart. So I don't know. Once again, the engines that I'm running today just don't seem to be performing at their peak RPM under these conditions. I don't know if it's just too hot or what, but it sounded pretty good, but it didn't sound like it was really peaking out. And this is a 9.6. Maybe I could have gone to a smaller prop. I'm just not all that familiar with these small engines, and I'm not a super big fan of running 25 size engines and lower. I just don't care for them because I have a lot less experience with them. In all of my flying career, when I was flying, I never had a 20 size airplane, ever. Everything was 40 and above. So I don't even really have that much experience flying, or any flying with small engines. So I just really don't care for them. They're okay to run every now and then, but I don't want to make a habit of doing it just because a lot of the issue is these stands are not necessarily designed for these small engines, and there's some setup challenges that can take place too. But I mean, this engine is an Enya. It sounded good. I don't think it was reaching its peak RPM, but hey, it ran well under the circumstances. So that's our run for today.